0.
Okay, now we're live. So,
Hi.
good morning, ladies. I don't know how many of you guys will be on mid-morning and Friday, but those of you who are able to tune in, I'm glad that you're here. And I am so happy to be here with Donna Morford. She is one of my clients, and she wanted to share with you her experience and a little bit about the amazing changes that she's made in the past 11 weeks now, I think it's been. So, so Donna, say hi.
Hi. Happy Friday.
Donna lives in Anaheim, California. So not too far from Arizona. So what's the weather like there today?
It's sort of mild. We're getting like cloudy mornings and then it burns off. We might actually get rain next week, which is nice.
Yeah, that'll be nice. I don't think any rain in the forecast here, Arizona, you know, the desert. So,
yeah.
but Donna, do you mind sharing with the other ladies what was going on before you signed up for my program and kind of what caused you to reach out?
Sure. There's a lot of things. I had gone through a few different layoffs with work, depression, weight gain that I couldn't lose. In fact, just kept gaining. And I was doing boot camp style workouts. I also started going to Orange Theory, and I was going, 4 or 5 days a week. And I started feeling very frustrated at the end of my ropes. I didn't know what I was doing. I don't overeat. I don't really eat sugar, and nothing was working. And then my girlfriend, Michelle Marsh, who's also one of your clients, invited me into your group. And through talking with her, she had signed up with you as one of your clients, and recommended you. So I decided to give it a try.
Yes, great. And I'm so glad you did. So talk a little bit more about your frustration. You were basically doing everything that you were supposed to be doing to get where you want to be. But tell me how that felt about, the results that you were getting.
Some days I felt so bad that I didn't even want to get out of bed. I'd get up in the morning, I'd get my kids ready, get them out the door. I do work now, I work from home, but I was having a really tough time. And I couldn't even get out of bed. And I would lay there all day until it was time for me to get my kids. And then I would put on a happy face and act like everything was just fine.
Right.
I'd been seeing, going to regular doctors for years. Every year I would go in for blood work telling them I'm tired, I can't shake it. I'm not losing weight. I'm eating healthy. I don't understand what's going on. They do my blood work and everything would come back okay. They think they had my thyroid on the low end of normal, but they said, but it's still normal, and they sent me on my way. And I was just so discouraged that, and I knew inside that there was something not right.
Right.
And then it was through working with you that, we discovered a bunch of other things.
Right, right. So I had asked you a few weeks ago to describe in one sentence what you felt my program has done for you. And you said it was difficult, but I thought it was really powerful, kind of what you thought you needed and then what you're actually getting. So do you want to share with the ladies?
Yes, I do. So you asked me that, and yeah, it was really difficult. So I ended up writing Hillary like a whole paragraph of stuff, and she helped me pull out what the true meaning behind it was. And basically I went into this thinking, I'm going to lose weight. I'm finally going to lose weight. She's working on my nutrition. She's giving me workout programs, and I'm going to lose weight. But one of the things that I discovered, and I remember on our first consult call, you told me, I think 3 pillars. Was it pillars? And the one pillar that I wasn't taking into consideration was the emotional and the mental stuff. And I realized that I'm working on myself from the inside out. It's not outside. And from doing that, and I'm sure you'll ask me questions to get into a little more in depth, but in doing that, I've released a lot of things that I've been holding on to. And also in this process, I came into it with an injured knee that you kept in mind with my workout program. A few weeks ago, I hurt my other knee, was stressed out about not being able to exercise as much. I've even had to ease off of the exercise, and I have still lost almost 7 inches over my body, 2¼ inches in my waist.
Yay! Yay! That's what I want to touch on. Even though, you know, you haven't been able to work out and people think they have to like bust their butts in the gym. I see a lot of women going to Orange Theory and thinking that's the end all be all. I myself did Orange Theory years ago and really saw no results. So even without exercising, you've seen this amazing results in your body.
Yeah. And nutrition, I mean, you had me I've been off of dairy and gluten for 11 weeks now. Has not been a big deal at all to me. I love cheese. I haven't had any cheese. I think about it every so often, but it's a fleeting thought. And I think that if I wanted to have a piece of pizza someday, I can. It's fine. I don't put that pressure on myself anymore. But
right.
But I think the nutrition is helping for sure. But I have no other logical explanation for the inches other than for in my program with you, there's been a lot of stuff in here and in here that we've been working through. Lots of, I'm a meditator now. I start my day with meditation. I often end my day with a going to sleep meditation. I sleep more peacefully. I sleep better. The tapping helps. I can't explain it, but it does.
Right.
There's just so many tools that you have given me that have helped address some things. And I just truly believe that it's my body letting go. It was holding on to things. And I don't have any other explanation. I really, truly think that that's what it is.
Right.
If I can let go of all that based on just this stuff, and then once I get my medical things, you know, figured out and everything, just think of what is to come.
Right. Well, that's exactly how I want you to feel, because that's how you should feel. So without going into detail about the things that we've delved into, can you kind of talk a little bit more about what you've discovered about yourself in releasing these things and the tools that I've given you?
I am more confident. I am handling stressful situations better. I catch myself a lot more often when I start to go into a negative frame of mind and turn it around. And it's not easy. All of this, it's not easy. It's just that the working through it and the feeling that you have once you've been able to work through it is just so much better than following in it. I'm just a happier, more confident person. I mean, you know, my mom has talked to you one time, and she continues to tell me that she's never seen me like this before. You know? Yeah. And I believe it.
Right. And well, it's not easy. It's not complicated either. Correct?
No, it's not. It's just a matter of doing it. And with your guidance, it helps, because I don't know if I would have taken the steps to do that if I weren't working with you. No, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't. I was sunk so low that I don't know what I would have done or where I would be at right now.
Right. Right. And I don't know, I think I told you in a call a couple weeks ago, because you get excited because you're like, wow, I just feel like I'm feeling that passion again. I'm feeling that zest for life. And I kind of, I identified it as it's like you're waking up. It's like your true inner self, that woman who is excited for the future, is waking up and becoming aware. I don't know, what would you think about that?
That's true. I mean, I'm still working on it.
Right.
But it's always going to be a work in process. I mean, I think we've talked about, about retraining your brain.
Yep.
So, yeah, especially in my career situation, that's become a focus, obviously, and
Right.
and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, it is an awakening. I do.
Yes.
That.
I have a confession to make. I have to work at this stuff too. It's not like, I mean, I see it as a lifelong practice, but one that's well worth it. So I did want you to go into a little bit more about, we haven't only focused on your physical health and wellness, but explain a little bit more about other areas of your life that this has spilled into.
Spilled into everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's spilling into my relationships with people. I was ostracizing myself. I didn't want to be seen with people because I felt such low confidence. And I'm building friendships and being more sociable, which adds to the quality of your life. I think I'm a better mom. I wake up each morning at 6 a.m. and I'm ready to go. And, you know, it's not the same as it was before. It's just
right.
I'll save, never mind. I'll save that for an offline. That was just going to spill the beans on something else, but I won't.
Okay. Well, I can't wait to hear about it. But then I wanted you to also touch a little bit about your career, about what kind of things we're working on with that.
Okay. So right now I'm an assistant project manager for a small business in the construction industry, but I come from corporate, working in the medical field, and I got laid off from a few jobs in that industry and ended up landing where I am right now. But right now my job is just sort of a job. I miss feeling like I am an important contribution to something. And so we've been working on trying to hone in on like the qualities of companies that I would want to work for, what kinds of people I'd like to work with, what makes me happy. I don't know, in fields that are like in that industry and outside. You're helping me to try to broaden my perspective on things. I don't know what else. This one's
fine. I just wanted you to illustrate. I mean, we're not just. I could see in our interactions that a piece was missing from your life for passion for what you do, because we should all have passion for what we get up to go do for a living every morning. So I have just enjoyed also showing you through the skills that you've learned with the more confidence and, you know, realizing that our thoughts control most or all of our actions, that you do have other opportunities available to you. And do you think that you would have felt the same way about searching for a different career before the program?
No. I mean, I've always had my eye on other opportunities because I don't feel like this is a long-term one, but I also feel like, and I think I mentioned this to you before, that I was sort of just being complacent where I am right now because I was just happy to have a job.
Right.
So now, but this is helping me to work through those feelings and let myself know that no, you know, there is something better out there for me. So I'm having more the motivation to start taking action in that area.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I probably wouldn't have gone through any of this.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe a way to say it is before you were just existing and now you're living, really.
Very true.
Okay. Yeah. And then I wanted to ask you, just briefly touch on your thoughts about, because you would go to doctor after doctor and they kept telling you everything was right, okay, but what was kind of like the surprising thing that you learned through working with me regarding your blood work and such?
Well, I mean, because of you and suggesting functional medicine, Michelle found one, and I went and saw him, and what I'm learning is that I'm not crazy.
Right. Not everything's okay. Right.
No. And while it's not like horrible,
Right.
I have a lot of stuff, a lot of different things that aren't like off the charts really, really bad, but in combination with one another is a problem. And so after going there and to see this person and, you know, reviewing the results coming from a functional medicine perspective, I felt a weight lifted off of me. Like, thank God, yeah, something is wrong with me. But now what do we do to fix it? You know, so that's work. That's what I'm at right now.
Right. So just one more thing before we close out. For other women who might see this video who are in the same place you were before. So, you know, feeling depressed, feeling like something's not right, but like not getting any answers, having difficulty losing weight. What advice would you give to them, or what do you think they need to know?
That a lot of the feelings that they hold on to that brings them down are things that you can work through. That it's better to treat the root cause of things and not just the aesthetics, or, you know, I know we all as women, we want to be fit, we want to feel good, we want to look good and all those things. And I've fallen into this too, where you just think you want this quick fix kind of thing. It's not that. You have to be in it for the long haul, and know that you're important enough to spend the time doing this. You're worth it. I learned that. And you know, being in your private group, I think it's a great thing, but I think your program is also something that can be helpful to a lot of people, because when I read some of the comments, we all have a lot of things in common. All of us women, we all feel a lot of the same stuff that just might manifest itself in different ways. But you know, that's the nice thing about your group too, is that you have a lot of people who get it. You know, they understand.
Right. Yeah, and that's what the group is for, just to have women who have common goals and feelings and shared experiences to commiserate with each other.
Yeah. Yeah. But my big message is, you know, just if I'm, you know, why I'm here to share is that my big discovery was trying to work through this stuff, you know, on the inside. And I feel like that's enabling the other things to fall into place.
Right. So I would say most women, most people think that they have to do more things. They have to work from the outside in. It has to be an outside influence, and then they're going to have what they want. But what you've learned in your message is it's really, we have to change who we're being inside, and then the changes outside come. Would you agree?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, if you think about it, I'm sure there's a lot of women that will see this at some point in time. If you think about it, you know, there was a time in my life where I was a size 2. I could wear anything I wanted. It was no big deal, but I was still unhappy inside. And then if I'm a bigger size, I was still unhappy on the inside. So if I really paid attention, the outside, it didn't matter.
Right.
You know, I mean, it matters, but it's
right.
I'd rather be happy on the inside, because if you've worked through your stuff, or if you know how to deal with anxiety, or being nervous about things, or anger, or, you know, letting go, or forgiveness, all these different things. I mean, I've been very amazed at how much that has impacted me, and how much we hold on to, because it's your whole life, you know.
Right. Well, that's great. Thank you for sharing your story. And if any of the ladies who watch this video, type in the comments if you can relate to Donna's story. We'd love to hear from you. And thanks again for taking your time away this morning, Donna.
No problem.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll be talking to you soon, and have a great weekend.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Okay. All right. Bye.